Hello all, I'm William Handel, I'm the Director General for Naming 49, and here with me is...
Brian Sergi, I'm the Chair of the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty Review 2015.
Alright, and would you care to introduce yourself and what you do at Georgetown to the delegates?
Okay, well I'm a senior at Georgetown. I study Science, Technology, International Affairs, lovingly known as STIA here at Georgetown. In addition to Model UN, which I've been doing since I was a freshman, I also play Ultimate Frisbee for the Georgetown team, and I grill for the Georgetown University Grilling Society, and that's pretty much the extent of my fun activities.
A very busy man, and so why, with all these activities, do you choose to do naming year after year?
Well, naming is something I actually really fell into with when I was a delegate as a high schooler. I went to Naming 4 years in high school, and so staffing it every year. This will be my 8th naming. So it's something I've been doing for a while. I've really enjoyed it. I like the chance we have to bring real life situations and twist them and give delegates a chance to kind of make their own solutions to current problems and new problems. So it's really, I feel like it's a very innovative very innovative conference with lots of crises, and it's something I really love being a part of.
Very cool. And to follow up on that, why specifically the NPT review?
So the NPT is actually, I think, a really interesting topic. As a student of science policy, there was a lot of debate, I guess, when countries first developed nuclear weapons, the U.S. and then Russia. People thought, over 60 countries, within 2 decades would have nuclear weapons, but this hasn't been the case. And a lot of people, controversially point to the Non-Proliferation Treaty as a successful example of how, the liberalist model of international cooperation has actually helped to stop the growth or the spread of nuclear weapons. And I think there's a lot of interesting cases that kind of support that hypothesis, with countries like South Africa and Argentina giving up nuclear weapons and adhering to the treaty's principles because of other factors. So I think it's a really interesting treaty to examine. It's one that's had some successes, but obviously has a lot of problems, especially considering situations in the Middle East. So I think there's a lot of room for debate on it.
Very cool. I'm very much looking forward to how the committee plays out. So is there anything that you can reveal to our viewers about what to expect from the weekend ahead?
Well, I would say my biggest word of caution to the viewers is to stay current. Look at the news between now and then, because it's a 2015 crisis, a future crisis. We can include events that are occurring up to when the conference happens. In addition, I would say be very knowledgeable about the topics and be ready for, I guess, some twists. This isn't a crisis committee, so we're not going to introduce anything totally unexpected, but we might have some news updates during the committee session about issues that pertain to the topics, and just kind of, we feel, will give a little more depth to the issues you're discussing and give you a chance to really see how the problems we're addressing in this committee actually play out in real life.
Very cool. And so what are you looking for in an ideal delegate for your simulation?
So the ideal delegate, I guess, in our committee is one that obviously has a good grasp of the topics and is really willing to see, what the tangible steps are that can be gained. I guess a lot of people are critical of the NPT because they say, well, the NPT's goal should be complete disarmament, no countries have nuclear weapons, and it hasn't been able to do that. But again, if you look at it the other way, the NPTs probably can be credited with stopping the flow of nuclear weapons, and I think that really should be the goal, is, to what extent can successes be achieved in preventing countries from getting nuclear weapons and stemming the tide of proliferation. So, getting very tangible goals, whether they be in Syria, Iran, or the other proliferating states, or even just more agreements for disarmament in the countries that have agreed to be nuclear weapon states. Whatever goals can be provided for in the framework of the treaty, those are the kind of successes I think that the current countries in the NPT review will be looking for in the next couple of years.
Makes a lot of sense. So as a final point, can you share with the delegates one of your favorite memories from a naming of the past?
So I think one of my favorite naming experiences had to come last year when I was the chair of the College of Cardinals, and I got to be the Pope in that committee, which was very exciting, an exciting role to play, especially when we simulated my death, and there was a funeral procession was very touching to see how many people really came out and supported me as I died. And after that, we had the election of a new pope. After several rounds of black smoke, we managed to get one. So I think that was one of the most fun committees, and it was really the delegates that made it exciting. So looking forward to another year of fun committee with some excited delegates.
I'm sure there will be plenty of good times ahead. All right, thank you for your time. See you at the